this is the demo where I'm gonna be showing you how to build your own kernel module packages based on the SUSE solid driver program, and it's integrating your Jenkins build system with the Open Build Service or OBS from SUSE. In the screen I'm gonna talk about the elements that we have over here. So in the left side, this is my Jenkins server, and I have different jobs in these three different tabs that I'm gonna explain in a while. In the right side, you will find the SUSE public download repo that contains the KMPs that you are planning to work with. In this case, I'm working with Cloudera NavEncrypt FS KMP, and the flavor is default, the flavor is EC2 and trace over here. And the version, the latest build version, is 5.3 on August the 4th, which is today. I just launched it a few minutes ago. And over here you have the Cloudera repo, naming Gazam because this was a security startup that was bought recently or acquired recently. And over here you have the very same version of the package 5.3 that was created on August the 4th. At the end of this work or this demo, you are going to see here the new version 5.4 of the latest KMP packages built with this one single click method. And over here you will have the Open Build Service project, where you have the NavEncrypt kernel module.spec file and the tar file that contains the source code of the kernel module. And these two files are required in order to launch the build. On the right side, you will see that we have configured that we want packages for SP2 and we want packages for SP3 also. And in the Open Build System repository, you can see that I'm gonna update this one. You can see that the latest is the 5.3. So you can see over here that the download repository, or these are packages that were created by the build, and those were published over here on the public download repo of the kernel module packages. We have configured this to build /11 SP2 and /11 SP3. We build that and we also publish for both of them. Let me show you really quick over here that, well, this is pretty much the same. So we have chosen to build the flavors default, EC2, trace, and Shen. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna do a quick pause in order to explain what the jobs are doing. So basically, the job that is gonna launch everything is named KMP-NavEncrypt-dev, and this one creates a NavEncrypt source directory that is going to contain the source code of the kernel module that we are gonna be creating the KMPs for, and also is gonna create or copy the spec file required by the Open Build Service build system, and the build KMP, which is the script that is going to orchestrate everything in this one single click method. So what this job is doing is getting the latest version of the code from our internal Cloudera Navigator Encrypt repository, and then it launches another job, the one that is going to create a slave and slave that is gonna launch the build KMP.sh script, the one that orchestrates everything. And finally, it's gonna publish to a particular Cloudera repository. In this case, we're publishing it to unstable. I'm gonna do one single click. The method is one single click, and I'm gonna do only one click to launch everything. So click on build now. There is a build schedule that is launched over here. So we're going to try to follow that particular job that has launched the KMP Nav Encrypt project. And the KMP Nav Encrypt project is going to be doing certain steps to launch the build automatically through the Open Build system. Let's refresh over here. Alright, that has been launched, so you can see over here that it's building. So the Nav Encrypt, the Jenkins. So the Jenkins build system over here has launched this job in the background through a script. I'm going to show you the script a little bit later. And this building is going to succeed eventually. And if you see, you can see that the Nav Encrypt tar.vz2 file was updated 8 days ago, and this one, the spec file, was updated 2 months ago. You might think that the content of these files was not updated, but it was. In fact, if the checksum of the files that you are uploading is different than the one that is already on the project, then those are not updated, which is good. So we're updating this build and still building. Let's wait for it. You can notice that the current version is 5.3 again, and 5.3 in both download repos, in the download repo and in the Cloudera archive. So one of them has finished and succeeded, which is the SP2, and let's wait for the next one. While this is being launched, I'm going to show you that the KMP Nav Encrypt job, or Jenkins job, is launching an SLES11 KMP x64 slave, which is an Amazon instance, and that Amazon instance is the one that is in charge to create the development or the build environment for these KMPs. And the log files for this are showing the process that the build is taking. In this case, it's downloading certain KMPs already built, etc. So I'm gonna go through this in a little bit later. Let me check this first. If this already succeeded, it's already succeeded. That means that the download openSUSE repository should change. Now the version 5.3 should be 5.4. There we go. So the KMPs are there. So internally, or Jenkins job, what it's gonna try to do is to get those files from the repo and then publish them. So I'm gonna go through this and I'm gonna get my publish job, which is this one, and it already finished, so I can check my repository, which, by the way, this is unstable. This is not a stable repository. And if I update again, you are gonna see that 5.4 version is gonna be listed now over here for the flavors that we are building the KMPs for. So I had updated, and we have over here the default version 5.4, and then we have the 5.42 for the EC2, and we have the Shen over here, and it was built on August the 4th. So with one single click, we were able to populate or archive with the latest KMPs built from the Open Build service. Hope you like it and enjoy. So now I'm going to explain you what the build_kmp.sh script file has been doing all this time. So basically, it verifies that the OSC, which is the openSUSE CLI command line interface, is there and is working. Those are very, very quick verification. and then it launches the job through that command line interface to communicate with the Open build service and start building and start monitoring that that build succeeds. So in this case, when everything succeeds like this, then the script analyzes and monitors that the Open build system download repository has been already updated, and it knows that has been already updated because it's checking the latest build versions or build numbers, and then it downloads from that particular, like in this case, download openSUSE.org repositories the KMP for the default version that was the 5.4 build over here. So it does that for every single flavor. So this is the default, and over here have the EC2, and over here the Shen, and over here this last one is the source code, which is also published because this is open source. It's doing this for the SP3 and the SP2 download repositories. At the end, when it finishes downloading those files, the Jenkins that Cloudera has configured is gonna reassign those packages and publish them into the internal archive. So you can see that all the RPMs were successfully downloaded, and finally it has succeeded.